Hey guys, Nexia here. Welcome back to another episode of Greedy Dragon Brewing. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. And today's Wednesday homebrew is the end of an era. This is the Dragon Claw India Session Ale. I cracked open the last bottle today. Definitely a rebrew. Very nice. Amarillo hops, Centennial, Cascade, and Summit. That's a great little brew. Anyways, went shopping this weekend, picked up a bunch of home brewing supplies. I'm going to show that. I got them online through Hop Dogs, which is a brew supply store here in Canada, servicing all of Canada, shipping directly to your door. But I actually went there and spoke with Chris, one of the owners there, and corresponded back and forth with Angela, another co-owner, and it was a very pleasant experience. So I'll show you my haul. A lot of brewing obviously to come. Also, I'll show you what I've got going on in the fermenter. I've got my Bad Mood IPA, affectionately called Bad Mood because I brewed it when I was just having a shitty week, and it was one of those brew days where nothing seemed to go right and my timing was all off and it was horrible. So in a little chit chat with my friend JMCM LXX, as many of you might know him, we were shooting around some names that we could call this brew, and the Bad Mood IPA affectionately stuck with this brew. So I'll flash on to that, and pretty soon that will be hitting the keg lines and will be showcased in another Homebrew Wednesday. So without further ado, let's cut to the shopping haul. Alright, so we got 25 kilograms of Canadian 2-row pale malt, got some black patent malt, chocolate malt, carapils, melanoidin, some roasted malt, Victory malt, a little bit of Munich, about 8 pounds of Maris Otter. Also, I didn't get these from Hop Dogs, but this was sent to me from Jay. Some rye malt, toasted rye flakes, some more rye malt, some more Amarillo hops, some Hallertauer hops, Antonym hops, Magnum, Centennial. This is actually Centennial powder, and some Chinook. And that's to go along with all the hops and other brewing supplies that I already have. As you can tell, there's going to be some mighty fine brews on their way, and you may even be able to deduce some of the brews that I have in mind just by the ingredients sitting on my table. Also got some Safale yeast, some US-05, and over here I've got my Cabernet Merlot. Now the airlock is now off because I'm going to be bottling this tomorrow. So I've ground up 5 tablets of Camden tablets and added them into the fermenter, and the towel allows the sulfur dioxide to escape the fermenter. Obviously there's no worries about contamination at this point, and the sulfur dioxide is going to keep any contaminants out. But this is preparation for the wine to hit the bottles. This way the wine will continue to give off a little bit of sulfur dioxide in the bottle, which will keep that headspace nice and clear, and then it will reabsorb some of that sulfur, and it will mellow out, so you'll have really good storage. If you don't do that, your wine will typically last a shorter period of time. So that's an important tip. And here I've got my Bad Mood IPA, and it is now in dry hop stage. It's being dry hopped with Centennial and Cascade, and I think there's a couple ounces of each. This was also made with Falconer's Flight, Zythos hops, as well as fresh Cascade hops and Centennial hops. So I am looking forward to that. I haven't brewed with Zythos or Falconer's Flight before, so it promises to be a really interesting IPA. So as you can see, I was busy shopping. I've got some recipes that I'm working on, which I'll talk about more in a future episode. Of course, I got my brewery build, got the beers that are going right now, the Bad Mood IPA and the Cabernet Merlot, which is going to hit the bottles tomorrow. And I picked up some brews as well. Over the weekend I got to try Scuttlebutt Brewery's Amber Ale. Now this is unique for me, at least, because it's from Everett, Washington. And if you're not familiar with the Canadian liquor control branch system, it's difficult to get beers even from other provinces, let alone from out of the country. There's old laws. Each province has their own liquor control branch, which regulates the flow and distribution of alcohol and spirits throughout your province, which is, if you live in the United States, a province would be equivalent to a state. So my province is British Columbia, and these regulations kind of came into effect at the Prohibition era, and they're slowly but surely being dismantled. So it's nice, very nice, to have a wider selection of craft brew ales. We have a lot of breweries in British Columbia, so I don't think that a little extra competition is going to take away from the local economy. Perfect case in point. So I tried this nice, pleasant, easy drinking beverage. This is a Harvest Honey Pale Ale. This is from Tin Whistle Brewery, located locally in Penticton, British Columbia. It would be a microbrewery slash nano brewery. This was a very pleasant, easy drinking beer that I would put on par with a nice honey lager, but in a pale ale form. Nice and fresh. And it was nice and pleasant, so a nice treat over the weekend. I also got my hands on a Parallel 49 barley wine. You saw from my holiday countdown that I tried my first barley wine in Once Bitten. This is a barrel aged series. I was very pleased with some of the beers produced by Parallel 49. So as soon as I saw this, see, it's got a little wax top on it, I had to pick it up. So I'm excited about trying that. It's 2014. And then, being a sucker for good marketing, and also I like the brewery as well. This is, again, from Central City Brewers, also known as Red Racer. They have a Hobbit series. And this is Bolg, Belgian style triple. So this is a whopping 9.5% ABV beer. I'm going to try that one out. And of course, what would be Greedy Dragon without a dragon? Again, Central City Brewers. This is a Hobbit series, the Smog Stout. I couldn't refuse. But this is a whopper. This is like a double, a spice strong stout. It's described as 8.5% ABV. 8.5. So I got some drinking to do. I also have some brew showcases that are coming up, probably another one this week and another one next week. I've got some brews that were kindly sent to me from other home brewers like you, and believe me, I can't say it enough, I appreciate receiving home brews. There's no greater honor than to be able to try some of your creations, talk about what I think, and really, I mean, whenever you're trying beer, it is your own honest opinion. I've heard before, recently on the internet, some people say, well, I don't like watching beer reviews or other people's beers or whatever because I won't ever be able to try them. But I think from the beer reviews that I've watched, you get a little feel for things. If you listen carefully to the reviewer, they pick up on notes and different things that might be really interesting to integrate into your beer. So if you take the time to listen to a review on a great beer, and some of those highlights can be pointed out, it may give you an idea to take your good beer and turn it into a great beer. Anyways, this is Greedy Dragon Brewing. Thank you for coming out. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Grab yourself a good homebrew, and we'll see you on the other side. Greedy Dragon Brewing, come on over, pull up a chair, have a beer with me. Cheers.